here at the Pennsylvania weather forecast in Philadelphia. The weather today is looking like very cold, and we are expecting a tornado at around 7-ish. Stay inside if you can. And now live on the scene is Natalia, and she is going to tell us what it looks like outside.
Today, the wind speed is absolutely wild, and there is winds growing rapidly, and mostly they are going to Pittsburgh. So if you can stay inside, that would be the best opportunity for you. Okay, now we're going back to Kira.
As you can see, Monday we are going to get a low of 42, and we are expected to get 30 to 40 mile per hour winds. And then Tuesday, we are going to get to temperatures of 53 and 30 mile per hour winds again for the second time because of the tornado. Wednesday, we are going to get rain throughout the day and thunderstorms at night around like 6 to 7-ish. And Thursday is winds up to 90 miles per hour. 90 mile per hour, expected to get another tornado, but we don't know because that is a windy day. And ending off the week is Friday at 54 degrees and barely any wind. So it's going to be a warm day and sunny.
Good morning and hello. Welcome back to CB News. And we have some breaking news. There is a big blizzard coming from the northeast of the Upper Peninsula. And here's Harold Hag.
Hi, I'm Harold Hag at Travis City, and the blizzard is very extreme for Travis City. The wind will be 20 to 25 miles an hour. How this builds up is when high warm winds blow the warm air with the snow. It creates a blizzard. And back to you, Easton Engelhardt.
Thank you, Harold Hag. And make sure you wear warm clothes so then you don't get hypothermia. Hypothermia can cause your heart to not work properly, and hypothermia can cause the nerve system to not work properly. And frostbite can cause you to cut a limb off and can also cause death. And here's Harold Hag.
So blizzards are cold fronts, and cold fronts are formed when cold air moves under warm air, forcing warm air up. And back to you,
Harold. And as we can see the weekly forecast, it will be 45% chance of snow and a high of 15 and a low of 5. On Tuesday and Wednesday will be rainy with a chance of a high of 10 and a low on 0. On Thursday are looking cloudy and a 45% chance of 15 and a low of 5. This Friday will be cloudy with 25% chance with a high of 15 and a low of 10. Make sure you be safe and have a good day.
Hi, I'm Peyton, and this is Whammy's 5-day forecast for Miami. We just had sight of a hurricane near Miami, Florida. Hurricanes are made when warm ocean temperatures, low temperature winds, and a pre-existing storm combine. We advise you to listen to officials and evacuate if ordered. Remember, stay away from the water and do not try to take shortcuts. They may be blocked off. Take a main route. Seek shelter and stay safe. If there is a flood warning, you need to get to higher ground and stay close to your building. Here is Sadie live on the scene.
Hi, I'm Sadie, and I'm here live at the hurricane. I would dress warm. I'm freezing out here. Winds are coming from the southeast. I would pack an emergency kit with food, water, and extra clothing just in case of an evacuation. Back to you, Peyton.
Hi, I'm Peyton, and I'm showing you Miami's 5-day forecast for Miami. We're also welcoming back Sadie from the hurricane. Welcome back, Sadie. Today, we had sight of a hurricane near Miami, Florida, with 70 mile per hour winds, 70-degree weather, and a low of 65. 90% chance of rain. On Tuesday, we're having 19% chances of rain, partially cloudy skies, high of 81, and 5 mile per hour winds. Wednesday, we might have some showers, 50% chance of rain, 60 mile per hour winds, and 70-degree weather. Back to you, Sadie.
On Thursday, it'll be sunny, partly cloudy, and 9% rain. The UV will be 5, and the wind mile an hour will be 4, and the high will be 85, the low will be 76. On Friday, it'll be nice and sunny out, 10% chance of rain. UV will be 8, and mile an hour will be 7, and 90 temperatures high, 86 low.
Thanks for watching our weather forecast.
from Phoenix, Arizona.
And I'm Keegan. There's high winds today with a 98% chance of a F5 tornado. Back to Ryder.
I'm about going to a small interior building with no windows on the lowest level.
Things that will hurt you are debris, wood, metal scraps, flying cars, and power lines.
The rest of the weather is really humid with a slight chance of thunderstorms. Thunderstorms form when warm air rises, wind coming from the west.
Wear light clothing and tennis shoes for the hot week.
Tornadoes form within supercells thunderstorms, which are characterized by rotating updrafts called mesoclone. Updrafts are when cold and warm air collide and make a tornado.
So when you're saying tornado, right, Ryder?
Mhm.
You want to book it. So no, not like you want to run.
Yeah.
But if you do see a tornado and it's just standing there, that possibly means it's coming towards you. So I would get into a small interior building, like he is saying, with no windows. Things that will hurt you are very high risk.
All right. Ryder and Keegan signing off. Stay safe, Phoenix, Arizona.
Welcome
and good morning, and welcome to the Futurecast weather station. My name is Taylor, and this is my partner Addison.
Good morning, people.
Morning. There is a tornado watch going out for Miami Beach, Florida.
So, Taylor, that means there's really high winds and a cold front moving in from the east, and it is heading in the direction of the jet stream.
That's correct.
So, Taylor, does that also mean that there's a low pressure system as well?
Yes, there is.
Well, guys, just remember to get to a safe shelter and stay inside and get to a low space without any windows, like a bathroom, a crawl space, or even your own basement.
So the rest of the week looks like this. Tomorrow will be 40 and raining.
And then as the week goes on, the high temp will rise up to 80 degrees. So on Wednesday, it'll start to be like 60 degrees, and then as the week goes on, like 75, 80, and then like the rest of the week will be 80 and sunny and mostly dry. But make sure you have sunscreen because there will be a high UV. Thanks for watching the Futurecast weather station.
Taylor.
Join us next week for more weather. Get down low and stay safe.
Hi guys, welcome to the Cartoon Network weather station. I'm Tyler and this is Bowen.
Here in Bad Axe, Michigan, the weather today will be 72 degrees with a low of 58. There's also a 30% chance of cloudy skies.
The weather on Tuesday is sunny with a high of 66 degrees and a low of 55 degrees.
On Wednesday, there will be a cold front moving in from the north, bringing a 50% chance of heavy rain.
On Thursday, it looked like a severe thunderstorm when we were running. Oh no! But how did that happen, Bowen?
Well, Siler, it happened when the warm weather in Bad Axe mixes with the cold front to create a cumulonimbus cloud. For those of you who don't know what cumulonimbus clouds are, they are the really big clouds that come with a high chance of thunderstorms. However, we got unlucky and the thunderstorm was severe. Well, back there to you, Siler.
Well, anyways, the weather on Thursday will be as rainy as a thunderstorm with a lot of cloud coverage. The temperature on Thursday is 50 with a low of 47.
On Friday, there will be slight cloud coverage and about 3 inches of rain. Holy cow. The temperature will be 62 degrees with a low of 40.
Join us next week for another Cartoon Network weather station report.
Hello, and I am Miss Maxon. This is Weather 3 coming from Florida. There's a hurricane warning all across the state of Florida currently, with a low pressure system and a warm front coming in from the southeast moving to the northwest along with the wind. Current temperature is 68 degrees Fahrenheit with an AM low of 63. Residents in Orlando, Florida are reporting seeing the hurricane on land destroying houses and uprooting trees. 230-mile-per-hour winds is throwing debris all over. We encourage you to evacuate as fast as you can. If you are near Orlando, Florida, in the next couple of days there will be heavy raining along with thunder. There is suspected flooding in the next couple of days from Friday to Sunday, and Monday to Wednesday, rain should be dying down and the sun should start peeking through, though the wind will only die down on Tuesday. On Friday, temperatures will be a 70 degree, only getting higher from there. Saturday 72, Sunday 75, and Monday also a 75, and at Tuesday 86, Wednesday 92 degrees Fahrenheit. Please stay safe, and without further ado, going to Jackson in Orlando, Florida, standing in the first reported flood.
Hello, I am currently on site of Hurricane Leonardo in Orlando, in the middle of the road. There has been heavy flooding and strong wind so far. There have been 54 confirmed deaths. You need to evacuate as soon as possible. The city is sending rescue crews once the storm dies down. Turn off the camera, we need to leave.
Back to me. I hope Jackson is doing okay right now. If you can, stock up with food, clean water, and medical supplies. When safe, evacuate. We suspect the hurricane itself to end at 11 and the lightning on Monday, but begin again on Tuesday, ending finally on Wednesday with light showers and the sun finally visible. What do you mean it's here? Hurry, go!
Hello everybody, my name is Mo Cornelius, and today we are coming in from Orlando, Florida with the current weather. Future forecasts show a warm front coming out of Alabama, so expect some nice weather for the weekend. Monday through Wednesday show to be overcast with some light showers. Thursday and Friday do expect thunderstorms with possible light hail. Currently, there is a Class 5 hurricane coming off the coast of Portugal that is believed to be heading towards Florida. We encourage everyone to practice proper safety precautions. If you are within 30 miles of Orlando, Florida, it is advised to evacuate as soon as possible, and stay tuned for further updates. Here's Whitwam on location.
Hey Mo, how you doing up at the station?
I'm doing quite fine, Whitwam. How's the weather down?
It's getting a little windy. We can see some clouds forming out in the ocean off the east coast.
How exactly do hurricanes form, Whitwam?
Well, Mo, they form when warm water and rising air rises up and condenses, forming clouds. As warm air rises, it creates a low pressure area at the surface. Air from the surrounding area rushes in, further warming and rising. Then the Coriolis effect takes place due to the Earth's rotation. It then gains energy from the warm water, then turning and rotate into a rotating system with a well-defined center or eye.
Wow, thank you. That's quite impressive, Whitwam. Mo Cornelius and Whitwam signing
Hi,
off.
this is Kara and Haley, and today we're at the KOCO weather station. We're at the KOCO weather station in Oklahoma City in the United States. We're live today about a flash flood with a tornado watch. High weather all this week, but horrible conditions. We've got cold fronts coming in from the northwest areas. Our nearby pressure systems says that our pressure is 29.5, which is relatively good and normal. So keep watching, stay indoors. If emergency evacuations are needed, please stay in touch.
And that goes for our weather this week. On Sunday, we'll be seeing a high of 71 with a low of 51. On Monday is a high of 68 and a low of 57, and it's going to be sunny. Tuesday is a high of 64, and it's going to be cloudy with a low of 65. Just kidding. It's a high of 65, low of 64. Wednesday is a high of 66, and it's going to be rainy with a low of 55. Thursday will be a high of 67 and a low of 56, also rainy. Please take high precautions and gather everything you may need. If you have any questions, go to Haley and Kara, KOCOweather.org. Thanks for listening and stay tuned for more.
We're down here in Miami staying for a possible hurricane coming in 3 to 4 days, they're predicted. It's going to be about right here. If you would like to know more about the possible incoming hurricane down in Miami, tune in on Thursday to Friday at 10 a.m. on ABC 12 on channel 24.1. Now, we will take a look at the blizzard happening up in Michigan. Now, here's meteorologist Cameron Van Valkenburg.
Meteorologist Cameron Van Valkenburg at Station 15 in Toledo, Ohio. And right now in Michigan, there's a severe blizzard called the Blizzard Seal that is currently going on. Blizzard Seal is coming in all the way from the North Pole, and that is currently coming from the northeast and coming down southwest. It is bringing a lot of snow with the cold front right here that is carrying it downwards. It is bringing a lot of snow, harsh winds, and low pressure, also freezing temperatures. Blizzards form when a combination of strong winds, heavy snowfall, and low temperature come together. We have someone up on the scene here in Michigan. Here's meteorologist Bob Timmie.
Hi Cameron, it's Bob Tim reporting in from Michigan where this blizzard is going on, and I think I know why they decided to call it Blizzard Seal, because I've seen a couple of them. And speaking of that, look right there. That's a seal. This blizzard is crazy. I've never seen snow come all the way down from Antarctica, and it is quite interesting to see seals here in Michigan. That's all. Back to you, Cameron.
Thank you, Bob, and thank you guys for watching. If you want to stay updated on Blizzard Seal, tune in tomorrow on ABC 12 on Channel 24 at 10 a.m. Bye.
My name is Charlotte, and I'm doing thunderstorms in West Central Florida for my project. You're watching Channel 15, and today I'm going to help you understand how thunderstorms form and what is coming our way in West Central Florida. First, I'm going to tell you how thunderstorms form. Thunderstorms form when warm, moist air rises rapidly and cools, causing water vapor to condense and form clouds, often accompanied by strong updrafts and downdrafts. This is also known as convection. Also, to form a thunderstorm, you will need a cumulonimbus cloud, only because coming up into Florida is a cumulonimbus cloud thunderstorm. For a thunderstorm, you would also need a cold front. A cold front is a boundary between a mass of cold, dense air and a mass of warmer, less dense air, which is colder air replacing the warm air. Now I'm going to start telling you about what is coming our way in West Central Florida. Now, for the weather forecast this week, you'll see that on Monday it will be a little bit of a thunderstorm, but then it will lighten up, but it still will be raining for some of the week. But then it will start to get lighter out, and it will start to warm up a little bit. But it will also start to get really sunny, so do wear sunscreen, I recommend. Thank you for watching Channel 15's weather forecast for this week.
Program for breaking news. I'm your host, Ev McIntosh from Second Alert Weather, here to report this week's weather. There's a Category 5 hurricane in Miami, Florida right now. Storm chaser Jax Howie is at the scene right now in Miami at the site of Hurricane Patrick.
This hurricane is a Category 5 hurricane happening in Miami, Florida. So stay outside and find good hiding ground. The hurricane has done a lot of damage to several buildings. That's the breaking news. Back to you, Ev.
Thank you, Jax, for that bad weather. Jim, will you tell us the rest of the weather for this week?
Okay, sounds good. It will be mostly cloudy for the rest of the week, but on Sunday we're expecting...
That's all for today for this breaking news. Stay safe and don't blow away. Good luck and good evening, folks. This is Ev McIntosh signing off.
My name is Aiden, and today we'll be forecasting Tuscola County with Parker Braun, and this is the LMS weekly forecast. And Parker, how is your day going?
My day's doing good. How is your day doing, Aiden?
I'm doing good, thanks, Parker. And how's the weather down over in Tuscola County?
Mild winds with the possibility of a tornado.
All right, I'm gonna check it out on the forecast.
Sure, go ahead.
Yeah, that does look pretty bad.
Make sure you stay safe in your basement.
So Parker, stay safe and have a good day.
Good morning, up here in Tokyo, Japan. I'm Ethan from the Chicken Jockey Forecasts. Now, let's get into the biggest topic right now, the Japanese snowstorms coming in Tokyo this cold February while we have these cold fronts. A cold front is when a large hot air and cold air mass meet, and the cold air mass pushes or replaces the warm air mass. We have a live representative there in Tokyo on the scene.
Thank you, Ethan. I'm here live on the scene in Tokyo, Japan, With the massive Japanese snowstorms, currently there's almost 3 feet of snow with predictions of another foot for these snowstorms end. There was a lot of precipitation a few days ago. Precipitation is when water evaporates into air. It was cold enough to make snow instead of rain.
Thank you, Brown, for that update. Now, to get into this week's weather, it is -7 currently. And will be getting hotter, and the weather should be getting better. Now, thank you for joining us here at the Chicken Jockey Forecasts. Join next week for the next week's
My name is
weather.
Everett.
My name is Lyle.
And my name is Joe.
We are the Oklahoma City weather station.
We have just got word that a tornado has formed just outside of Oklahoma City and expected to hit here in 30 minutes from now.
It is an EF5 tornado and has reached wind speeds of around 322 miles per hour and is extremely deadly. We advise you to go in a cellar or the lowest floor of your house and stay far away from windows.
Take shelter.
That was a crazy tornado that just happened.
That tornado reached record speeds of 322 miles an hour.
Geez, I hope everybody's okay.
Now it is time for today's forecast. Today is 64 degrees Fahrenheit with a low of 45, and current wind speeds are 33 miles an hour. From southwest, with cumulus clouds that are big and puffy clouds with flat bottoms.
Tomorrow it'll be 73 degrees Fahrenheit with a low of 52, with winds from the northeast at 22 miles an hour, with cumulus clouds.
On Sunday, it will be 76 degrees with a low of 54 with northwest wind at 10 mile an hour with scattered cirrus clouds.
On Monday, it will be 67 degrees Fahrenheit with a low of 55, with northeast winds at 20 miles an hour with clear skies.
On Tuesday, it'll be 65 degrees Fahrenheit with a low of 49, with southwest winds at 7 miles an hour with clear skies.
Of the rest of the week, you guys will be able to wear shorts and t-shirts.
That is it for the next 5 days. I hope you guys have a good week. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Hello, guys. We are here on 99 News. I'm Carson, and this is my co-host,
Leland.
Today we are talking about the forecast for this next week. Okay, let's get to the forecast. So today, on Thursday, May 1st, there is a 23% precipitation chance with southwest winds going 15 miles an hour. Partly cloudy at highest 70, lowest 54. Now I'm going on to Friday, May 2nd. We have a 100% chance of precipitation with rain and thunderstorms. Winds going east with a high wind speed of 43 miles per hour. Highest 52 and lowest 47 degrees. And on Saturday, May 3rd, we have a 100% chance of precipitation again with south winds going 33 miles an hour. Highest 72 and lowest 59 degrees. Then on Sunday, it will be raining cats and dogs, folks, because there's a 100% chance of precipitation. Southeast winds going 40 miles an hour. At the highest 63, lowest 46% chance. And then on Monday, it is partly cloudy with a 20% chance of precipitation with south winds at 11 miles an hour, highest of 65 and lowest 40 degrees.
And going on 34 miles an hour with the temperature of highest 59 degrees, and the lowest 42 degrees. And on Wednesday, partly cloudy with a chance of 15 chance of precipitation with south winds going 6 miles an hour. And high for today, not today, and the high temperature 75 and the lowest temperature is 59. And today you will learn how thunderstorms are formed. When winds from the south and winds from the north creates moisture, and that moisture condenses and then evaporates and goes into the clouds and creates thunder clouds. And when the clouds get too heavy, the rain falls, and then you got rain. So that's how rain is formed. And lightning is formed due to discharge in static electricity in the clouds in the ground and get too heavy, and then they strike down on the ground. And that's all for today. We'll see you tomorrow at 11 on 99 News. Good night.